Ask 100 men what they want in a woman, and you will get 100 different answers. But strip away the noise, the surface level preferences, the Instagram filters, and the cultural conditioning, and you would find the truth. What men actually want in women hasn't changed for thousands of years. What has changed is women.
Over. I'm an alpha female because I am the head of my household. So how a man would be a head of his household and run things, I have to do that until a man comes in and does that. Yes, I am an alpha. The bills are paid by me. My kids are taken care of by me. I run everything that goes on in my life and my children's life to a T. Nothing does not move unless it moves through me. I'm an alpha female. I'm in the working field. I'm competitively in the working field.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm not beneath any.
I'm a dominant woman, but he like, I know to stand down with him. I could be submissive, I could be soft, and it's like with him, I feel like, you know, he got that real man, like, don't play with me. And I be like, okay.
A woman was parking her car. She backed her car in. Automatically a problem right there. Women who back their car in, not feminine. Nope. That's a man thing. Sorry. That's a man thing. You ain't backing your car in to get a quick way out. You backing your car in because you're a dude. The woman was parking her car, putting on her apron, getting ready to go into a restaurant. I looked, but I'm walking out, and I stood and I stared and I looked at her and said, "So you're just gonna park in my parking space?" I said, "So you're just gonna park right there?" Without hesitation. You know what this woman who was all of 5'3", 140 pounds did? Outside in the parking lot, in the dark, you know what this woman did? So what you gonna do? Automatic, it wasn't even a microsecond. She flipped. You can tell if a woman is a fake femininity if she is quick to fight. Because that is something you cannot fake. You cannot hide. When a person is pressed, when a person is under pressure, they revert to who they truly are. And if you have a woman who was smaller than you, weighs less than you, alone, isolated in the dark, and her first instinct is to fight you, that is a masculine mindset.
Today's society tells women that the more they act like men, the more powerful they become. Boss babe, independent, disagreeable, loud, argumentative. On paper, it sounds empowering, but in reality, these traits repel men, especially men who are leaders, providers, and protectors. Men are not drawn to a mirror version of themselves. Masculinity does not crave more masculinity. It craves the opposite, femininity. And yet, feminism has convinced millions of women to throw away their most attractive qualities and replace them with masculine energy. That's why marriages are crumbling, relationships are unstable, and men are quietly walking away.
What do you think your ideal man wants in you?
A woman who's goal oriented, who knows exactly what she wants. The ideal man for me is the one that knows that I know what I want.
Round one, fight. So that's not the question. Stop thinking about what you want in yourself. Think about what he wants in you.
Well, the ideal man for me is the one that's going to appreciate me, support me.
So you're still bringing it back with yourself.
Yeah, that's
a very narcissistic statement to say. Think about this, right? You're saying that your ideal man, forget what he wants, whatever I want, and that's what I want him to want in me. If you really thought what men want in you, you'll acquiesce your behaviors, your femininity to what that guy wants so you can not just attract them. There's a lot of dudes that hit it, but they'll hit it. Will they wife you? That's a different story. And then you got to think about it. Will you actually attract the men that you'll genuinely love, respect, and admire?
I know how to get a marriage. I got into one.
Finish her. Who divorced who?
I divorced him.
Okay,
So what does a man actually want in a woman? It's not rocket science. But in today's culture, even saying this out loud is considered offensive. Here's the truth. The traits men desire in women are not random. They are rooted in evolutionary psychology, deep biological instincts, shaped over thousands of years of survival and reproduction. A graceful, modest woman signals self-control and stability. Psychologists call this agreeableness, that is, the ability to cooperate, empathize, and resolve conflict without unnecessary drama. Men see grace as a sign of emotional maturity, and emotional maturity is a green flag. Let's talk about nurturing ability. Men are biologically wired to look for women who can nurture children and create stable homes. That's why qualities like cooking, homemaking, and caregiving were never just gender roles, they were survival necessities. Even today, studies show men rank kindness and supportiveness as top qualities they value in a long-term partner. Feminine presence, a soft voice, gentle mannerisms, calm energy. Evolutionary psychology explains this as complementarity. Masculinity is attracted to femininity because the balance creates harmony in pair bonding. The boss babe's attitude disrupts this balance by introducing competition and not cooperation. Youthfulness and vitality. Like it or not, men are drawn to youth and health cues. Clear skin, natural hair, energy, and optimism. Why? Because these are biological signs of fertility and longevity. It doesn't mean men want teenagers. It means men are attracted to women who look and act vibrant, not worn down and bitter. Respectfulness. Social psychology confirms that respect is a man's love language. In relationship studies, men consistently say they feel most valued when they are respected and admired. Respect signals that a woman trusts him as a leader and partner, which fuels his drive to provide and protect. Loyalty and dependability. From an evolutionary standpoint, men fear paternity uncertainty more than anything else. A loyal, dependable woman removes that fear. She becomes the safe haven where a man can invest his resources without worry of betrayal. Kindness and patience. We're talking about agreeableness again. Men know that life is stressful enough. A woman with a warm heart and patient nature signals emotional safety. Studies show men in long-term relationships report higher happiness when their wives score high on kindness and low on hostility. And the last but not the least, playfulness and joy. Research in psychology calls this mate value signaling. A joyful, playful woman signals youth, optimism, and long-term compatibility. Laughter, teasing, and shared humor build stronger bonds than physical attraction alone. At the core, here's the truth. A woman who makes her man's home feel like a refuge, not a battlefield, will always have his loyalty. Because men don't stay with the loudest, the flashiest, or the most independent. They stay with a woman who gives them what biology and psychology have hardwired them to seek, which is peace, loyalty, respect, and femininity.
How you doing, Red? You looking real good. Where you from? I'm a comedian. I'm gonna walk with you, man. Where you from?
Huh?
Where you from?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. What's your name is?
Ray.
My name is AD.
Come on, let me your friend.
You know where you from? How long you down here for?
I leave Monday.
Yeah. You look real good. How you like it down here so far? How you like it down here so far?
I've been here many times.
Yeah. I love your accent though.
What you doing tonight? Nothing?
I don't even know yet. It's early.
Let's go.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna text you, alright?
All right.
Alright.
You know that IG body makeup look that all the babes on Instagram be rocking? Let me show you how to get it. And this is the finished look, you guys. What do you think? Is it giving IG body or not? This beats. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Social media has sold women another lie that the more artificial you look, the more valuable you become. The excessive makeup, fake hair, plastic nails, endless filters. It is not attractive to the men who actually want to commit. It might attract a man's lust, but it won't secure his heart. Confidence in your own skin is irresistible. Insecurity covered with lashes and wigs, not so much. Men can spot the difference. One is natural femininity, the other is performance, and performance always ends.
Why would you leave the man at his lowest point? You getting money. You was getting money, right?
Yeah.
So why the you worry about what this man could do? You supposed to
Because
be.
I feel
Hold
like-
on. But you not understanding. You supposed to be. If it's a partnership, you supposed to hold your man down. You know what I'm saying? When he down here, you supposed to uplift your man to get back up. But you just left him at his lowest. That says a lot about your character and what type of woman you is. And you definitely not a woman that I want to with.
No, but we can work something.
No, there ain't no working nothing out.
But this was different.
What's different? What do you mean? What's different?
Because, you know, you got something going for yourself.
Okay,
you know,
but okay, so say I end up trying to be with you. The moment something go wrong with me, you gonna leave me just like him.
No, I'll stay.
Why me? Why am I so special? Why didn't you stay for him?
Well, he couldn't give me the things that
Well, guess what? I'm not doing that either. I'm not a trick ass. So if you got in this car thinking I'm gonna take you shopping, trips and all that, you ain't my girl, you in the wrong car. I'm not doing none of that. So if you're not abiding by what I say, it's not happening. I'm not taking you shopping. I'm not giving you money, and I'm not taking you on trips unless you my girl. And right now, you're nothing.
No, I'm something.
No, you're nothing to me.
Okay.
That's like me saying you're gonna drop that neck. Exactly. You see that face you got right there? That's the face I should have had when you talking about you left your dude at his lowest point. That's probably the face he had. Knowing like, damn, I done invested so much into this girl. When I was rich, I gave her shopping, trips, all this. As soon as I go broke, you leave. You not real for that.
When he had no money, you left him. You fail to remember that all that we have are points in time, and he can outshine you at any minute. And when he's up, you will have wished that you'd stuck around. There is no higher quality of a woman than a woman that sticks by her man and gives him the drive to make the win. And those are the women that are loved and cared for unconditionally for the rest of their lives.
What men fear most? It's not just about what attracts a man. It's about what keeps him. Ask any husband, any father, any man who has walked the aisle, and he will tell you the one thing men fear most is not losing their job, not even losing their health. It's losing their wife when life gets hard. When the money slows down, when the business collapses, when the weight of responsibility crushes him. For a man, these are the storms of life. But what turns a storm into a nightmare is when the woman he trusted, the woman he built with, jumps ship at the first sign of hardship. And sadly, in today's world, we are seeing more and more of this. Modern women have been fed a script. If you're not happy, leave. If you make more money than him, trade up. If he stumbles, you deserve better. It's hypergamy on steroids. It's a cultural narrative that tells women to treat relationships like disposable contracts instead of sacred vows. How many men have watched their wives walk out simply because he hit a rough patch? How many have seen a marriage collapse the moment she got that promotion, that pay rise, or that financial independence she thought was her ticket to freedom? And it doesn't stop there. So women leave when illness strikes, when the man who once carried the family suddenly needs carrying himself. That is every man's deepest fear, to discover that her love was conditional, that she was only there for the ride, not the struggle. What men actually want is not complicated. It's not wealth, fame, or a trophy wife. It is loyalty. Loyalty means staying when the bank account is empty. It means standing by him when he's down, not just when he's up. It means remembering that marriage is not about constant happiness. It's about commitment, about building through thick and thin. The woman who always stays when things are easy is not a partner. She is a passenger. But a woman who stands by her man when life tests him, she becomes unforgettable. She becomes his anchor, his safe harbor. She becomes the reason he keeps fighting when the world is against him. And that, fellas, is what men fear most and what they long for most. Not beauty that fades, not status that shifts, but loyalty that endures. Where I am from in West Africa, and I also want to believe in most of the black cultures around the world, you see single women in churches wearing bridal gowns and carrying flowers, praying for a husband to appear. But here's the hard truth. Prayers don't fix character. You can't pray your way into a good marriage while carrying the very traits that destroy marriages. It is not enough to want a wedding. You must prepare for marriage. The real question is not, do you want a husband? The real question is, do you have the character to attract and keep one? So, praying fire and brimstone will not bring the man. It's your character that will attract him to you and keep him. Men are not as complicated as modern culture makes them seem. They want respect, peace, loyalty, and femininity. They want a partner who complements, not competes. If women return to this timeless truth, the crisis in modern relationship would start to heal overnight. Because at the end of the day, attraction is not about trends, it's about nature, and nature always wins. What men actually want hasn't changed. What has changed is women. See you in my next video.